Do you ever sit down to create and find your mind is a crowded attic? Half-built ideas, shameful bad thoughts, and 10 directions all shouting for attention. So loud that you can't take one single step. If that's you, this video is for the part of you that wants clean momentum instead of mental traffic jams. Today I'll give you a simple surgical habit that clears the noise and accelerates real creativity. The idea box. It's a single visible ritual, physically putting ideas you fear or distrust into a box for 24 hours, and it rewires your relationship with error, frees working memory, and produces more usable ideas than a week of frantic brainstorming. But this isn't some quaint trick. We'll unpack why it works, how to do it precisely, and how to turn it into a creative system you can use every day. I want to teach you one elegant frame you can remember in a second and apply in minutes. The 3 moves of the idea box: collect, box, reopen. Each move is tiny, repeatable, and tied to a psychological mechanism that does the heavy lifting for you. Collect. Immediately capture the impulse. Box. Make a visible physical gesture of putting it away for 24 hours. Reopen. Revisit with fresh eyes in a remix ritual. That's the whole framework. The rest of this video makes it concrete, humane, and powerful. First, why a box? There are 3 scientific truths behind this ritual. 1. Working memory is finite. When you hold unprocessed fragments in your head, maybe this headline, maybe that angle, they cost attention and make new synthesis harder. 2. The mind hates ambiguity and will expend energy protecting identity by censoring novelty. Fear of being wrong is a creativity tax. 3. Scarcity of attention is solved not by willpower but by environmental design. Meaning a visible box is a nudge that moves an internal process into the world where it no longer monopolizes your mind. Put simply, putting ideas into a box externalizes the noise, reduces cognitive load, and lowers emotional threat. Now the moves in practice. Move 1. Collect. Whenever a thought about the project arrives, an undercooked angle, a ridiculous image, a story you're embarrassed to say, capture it fast. Use whatever is immediately at hand. A sticky note, a voice memo, a typed line. The point is speed and honesty. Don't edit, don't judge, don't evaluate. The way you capture matters. Write 1 idea per slip, use a short descriptor, and identify your gut reaction. Scary, silly, too obvious. This tiny metadata primes your brain for later work. Move 2. Box. This is the ritualized physical gesture that makes the rest possible. Choose a real container. A shoebox, a kitchen tin, a little wooden crate. Something tactile and visible in your creative space. When you capture a thought that feels risky, write it down, fold it once, and drop it into the box while saying quietly, "Boxed 24." That audible micro-commitment turns a private avoidance into an actionable step. Set a visible timer or mark the date on the lid. The rule is strict but compassionate. The idea stays boxed for 24 hours. You do not reopen it, you do not re-examine it, you do not throw it away. Because the goal is not suppression, but incubation. Move 3. Reopen and remix. After 24 hours, you open the box. But you don't simply scan and reject. Use a simple 3-question remix ritual for each slip. 1. What did this idea fear or point at? Extract the intention beneath the surface. 2. Can this combine with any unboxed idea? Look for unexpected pairings. 3. If I shape this into its smallest, least embarrassing form, what is the micro-action it suggests? Often the bad idea evaporates into nothing more than noise. Sometimes it becomes a surprising bridge between 2 otherwise unrelated concepts. Over time, you'll see another pattern. Many ideas that felt urgent and dangerous in the moment are harmless after incubation. A few that seem silly reveal unusual combinations that produce a breakthrough. To make this usable, here's a compact protocol you can follow today. Setup. Pick a visible box and label it Idea Box. Keep a notepad or sticky roll beside your desk. Rule A. Capture anything that feels risky, ugly, or not my style. Rule B. Box for 24 hours without rumination. Rule C. Reopen at a fixed daily time, mid-morning or late afternoon, and follow the remix ritual. Fear, combine, micro-action. Add 1 productivity hack. When you box an idea, write 1 tiny micro-action you will take immediately on any idea you keep. This converts curiosity into momentum. Let me give you 3 real-world examples so this stops being abstract. Example 1. A copywriter doing headlines. She was stuck because every safe headline sounded like every other headline. She started putting awkward, too honest lines into the box. It's mostly fine, but you'll still click. The next day, one slippage combined with a framing idea she'd captured earlier and became a playful headline that cut through the noise. Example 2. A founder brainstorming features. He boxed weird customer requests instead of arguing them away. After 24 hours, 2 boxed requests merged to form a lean MVP experiment that validated customer interest faster than any planned roadmap. Example 3. A novelist who feared cliché. She boxed melodramatic scenes. Upon reopening, the emotional core of a boxed scene turned into a fresh metaphor that anchored an entire chapter. Those examples share a pattern. The box reduces defensiveness and creates incubation space. Now let's address the psychological pushback, because you might be thinking, aren't I just avoiding? Won't the fear explode later? This is where the nuance matters. The idea box is not about avoidance, it's about changing the context of evaluation. By externalizing the idea, you stop the internal censor from reflexively rejecting novelty. You give your unconscious time to process and your conscious mind permission to be playful. 2 safeguards keep it healthy. First, the box is time-limited. 24 hours creates a contained incubation window so nothing festers. Second, the remix ritual forces engagement, not abandonment. You always reopen and interrogate with structure. This is not repression, it's strategic incubation. Let's briefly connect this to established science. Incubation effects and the benefits of delay are well documented in creativity research. Stepping away from a problem allows unconscious associative processes to form new links. Externalizing thoughts reduces cognitive load, improving working memory and decision quality. Ritualization, the act of a physical gesture, signals commitment and reduces cognitive dissonance, making it easier to trust the process. Together, these mechanisms explain why the box often yields higher quality ideas than continuous forcing. How to scale the practice for teams and for deep projects. For teams, create a communal idea box, digital or physical, where anyone can deposit weird asks during sprint planning. The team commits to a weekly reopening session with a remix facilitator who forces improbable combinations. For long projects, use thematic boxes, characters, user features, marketing angles, so your incubation space maps to domains rather than being chaotic. 2 operational rules for teams. Keep the box visible in the workspace, out of sight equals out of mind, and rotate the reopening facilitator each week to reduce conformity. Now a few micro habits that turbocharge the box effect. Habit A, annotate each slip with an emotion tag. Embarrassed, worried, excited. Those tags reveal the emotional economy of your ideas and help you decide what needs incubation versus what needs skill practice. Habit B, when reopening, always ask, what would make this harmless? This question reduces threat and invites playful recombination. Habit C, pair the remix with a 10-minute time-boxed prototype. If an idea survives remix, spend 10 focused minutes building the smallest possible artifact, an outline, a 2-sentence landing page, a sketch. The cost is low and the learning is immediate. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't make the box a trash can. If you habitually throw away everything after 24 hours, you lose the serendipity of recombination. Don't forget the timestamp. Without it, the incubation period is meaningless. Don't use the box as a way to hoard ideas forever. Use it as a temporary incubator, not an archive. Finally, let me give you a 1-week challenge that will make this habit real. Day 0. Choose your box, pick a daily reopen time, and set a visible timer. Days 1-6. Capture at least 3 boxed ideas per day. Anything that feels risky, ugly, trivial, or too obvious. Each time you box, say boxed 24 and note the emotion. Every day at your reopen time, open the box and run 10 minutes of remix on at least 2 slips using the fear combined microaction sequence. Day 7. Review results. How many initial ideas dissolved? How many turned into combos? How many produced a microaction? Track the output and notice whether decision speed and confidence increased. If you do this for a month, the compound effect is striking. Fewer false starts, more novel pairings, and a lower aversion to risk. To close, let's bring this back to the moment you're in. Creativity stalls when your mind becomes its own enemy, when every possible direction triggers the inner censor or clutters working memory until inertia wins. The idea box is a small architecture that changes that relationship. It externalizes threat, honors incubation, and invites remixing with low risk. It's a daily practice that says, I will not let anxiety about being wrong control my process. I will try, I will box, I will return. Try it now. Grab a jar, a shoebox, a mason tin, something you can see from where you work. Write down one idea you're afraid of and drop it in. Whisper Boxed 24. That single gesture frees attention immediately. If you found this helpful, apply the week-long challenge and tell us what surprises you. Share one boxed idea that transformed after a day. If this video gave you a clear structure to break creative gridlock, like, share, and subscribe for more behavioral tools that make thinking easier. And remember, creativity isn't about having fewer bad ideas. It's about building systems that turn bad ideas into the raw material of breakthroughs.